Philadelphia, San Jose, or DC, Los Angeles Galaxy,
Beach Pass,
Colorado Rapids, Vancouver Whitecaps, Seattle Sounders, Montreal Impact, Plus USA, New York Red Bulls.
Pitch Pass, your all-access credential to the people that matter in MLS. Here's your host, Greg Roach.
Hello and welcome again to another edition of the hottest MLS-focused podcast in the world today. I don't know if that's true or not, but since nobody else is laying claim to it, I figure we here at Pitch Pass would. PitchPass.com if you want to follow or get involved or find out more about the show. And, of course, at Pitch Pass to follow us on Twitter. Big week in U.S. soccer as the provisional 30-person roster was named. We have one of the members of that roster who joins us on today's episode of Pitch Pass. He is a defender for San Jose Earthquakes in his full-time job, but now he's hanging with the U.S. men's national team, hoping to make his way to Brazil for the World Cup. He's Clarence Goodson, and he joins us right now on the show. Clarence, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. You?
I'm good. I was a little upset, though, when I was dialing your phone number. I wasn't dialing some sort of 202-703 type area code.
Yeah, it happens.
You leave the country, and I guess they make you get a different phone for the international calls, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a Norwegian and a Danish phone for a long time, so.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Got to get on that network, you know.
That's a network that a lot of Americans don't know about, the old Danish network.
That's right. Good, solid network, though.
I would imagine. You know, those Scandinavians, they do things right.
They do. They really do.
So you had team photos today, correct?
We did, yeah.
Are you the smiler of the team during the team photo?
Definitely not.
So wait, you're giving the are you giving me the stoic face, or are you giving me the kind of scowl of, hey, don't mess with our back line type of face?
But I would say it's a mix. It's a combo of the two. You know, can't let people think I'm too friendly.
Exactly. Even in the team photo, though, I mean, I understand the individual picture that pops up at the beginning of matches when they give the starting lineup, but even the team photo, we have to keep it stoic.
I think so. You know, I mean, it's just the way I was taught. So.
Who is the smiler on the team, though? Who's the guy that gives the big oversized smile?
Gosh, I don't know, but I would bet Jordan Stewart.
Really?
I would think so. Him. You never know what you're going to get from Lenny.
That's who I thought. I thought maybe he'd give you the guy, like the little kid who kind of just punched the guy, but then he turns around and gives you a little angelic smile on the side.
Yeah, I mean he's got some pretty sweet faces. So he likes to throw a different one out just about every game.
You just got in for the team photo. I mean, I don't know if they scheduled it as you guys were walking out the door, but you and Wando, if it was a couple of days later, would have missed the team photo.
We would have, yeah. But it's good scheduling on our administrator's part. They made sure that we were here. So last year I actually missed the photo. So it's nice to be in this one this year.
Where were you?
That's a really interesting question. I had overslept. I walked in to the team with money in hand to pay my fine. So all was forgiven, but I think I was photoshopped into the team photo.
I was going to ask you. So what happens when your mom hangs it on the calendar on the wall? You're just not in the picture that year?
Honestly, I don't know. But I think I may have been photoshopped.
I don't know if congratulations are in order, and I'm sure for you it's a weird kind of time the next few weeks because it's a congratulations on making the provisional roster, but I'm sure you probably don't want to take the, hey, thank you very much, or the I'll see you in Brazil type of situation just yet. It's kind of got to be awkward a little bit for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the first step, of course.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta make the 30, so took that step, and I think, look, there's tons of work still to be done. We're obviously all trying to prove that we deserve to be there, deserve to be in Brazil, and at the same time we're trying to build team chemistry. So it's a little bit of a odd situation at the moment, but go in there with the right attitude, ready to work, just like we do every other time. Get called in, and whether it's trying to make the game day roster in a normal camp or it's trying to start, it's the same thing. You got to take it each day as it comes, work hard every day, and do your best to prove to Jurgen that you deserve to be there, that you're a guy that he can count on, and a guy that needs to be there in Brazil.
But this isn't a situation, maybe when you get to the level that you guys are at, it is, but this isn't a normal camp. This isn't we're going to get together for a couple of weeks, we'll play a nice little friendly against Guatemala, and away we go, back to our clubs. There's got to be a little bit more of I don't want to say anxiety, but butterflies, nervous energy, excitement going into this camp, because it is the camp that you work towards.
Well, certainly. It's going to be very intense. I was, been in quite a few of the longer camps, whether it's a January camp or the last World Cup camp, and the level is obviously quite high. The intensity is obviously stepped up quite a bit. And again, though, you have to settle down and play your game, because all those nerves and everything is not going to help you at the end of the day. You have to prove that you're a good soccer player and that you fit into the team, and get back to doing exactly what I do as a professional soccer player that makes me valuable. And if I can do those things, then I'm confident that I'll be able to make the team.
Walk me through how you found out.
I got there's a provisional roster email, and then I got the final confirmation on email saying that I had made the team for this 30 roster to come into camp. And obviously that's something that closer you get to camps throughout the last 4 years, you're always looking, have I made it, have I not? And there's always a bit of a relief when you do get that email. But again, that's all that means is that the work is just starting.
How often are you checking your phone in the weeks leading up to it? Just, I wonder if that email came in. You know what? Let me just check real quick. I know I checked 30 seconds ago. Let me just see if that email came in just one more time before we hit the practice. Let me check that email real quick.
I'm not really that guy that checks every few seconds. Certainly, you'll check a few times throughout the day, and hopefully it's come. But if it hasn't, you still have to go about your business. I'm still a dad and a husband, and I have to take care of my family and have other interests in life as well, not just be overly consumed with one thing.
Now, forgive me, I'm in D.C., so I'm East Coast. How far is Stanford from you? Is it commutable?
It is commutable, yeah. This is great. This is finally, it's me and Wanda. They get to drive up to the training facility. Not just the LA guys. They get to go up to the Stub Hub, but we. She'll probably take me from my house about 40 minutes drive up there.
And you're will Jurgen let you come home at night?
No. I mean, we'll all be at the facilities, at the hotels and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just everything. The camp is kind of all inclusive. You're there working on the field, but then when you're not, you're also working on your body, the gym, the nutrition, team bonding, team building, all those things. It's not just step off the field and turn it off. We're trying to build a team here and be as close as possible heading into the biggest tournament in the world.
Now, I talked to Ned Grabavoy a couple weeks ago about him. He's got twins and what it's like when he goes on road trips. This is like a road trip on steroids. It could turn out to be. This could be 7-8 weeks. Maybe you're gone. What do you say to your wife? Just peace out, have fun, enjoy the time with the children. No,
of course it's difficult because I love my family very much, and it's difficult being away from them. But they have great things nowadays. You can FaceTime, you can Skype, you can stay very much connected. And again, this time around, with us being at Stanford and us living here in the Bay Area, we're able to see each other.
Sure.
It's not going to be 2 weeks and see you later. So in many ways, that's cut up for me. I know that we'll be very, very busy with everything that's going on in camp, but I'll still have an opportunity here and there to be able to see them in person. So that really does help out quite a lot. And I definitely want to give my wife a huge compliment. She's awesome, with dealing with all these things, and never complains about them, and it makes my life so much easier to know that everything is taken care of at home, even when we're on the road.
I wanted to ask you about your wife specifically because I'm sure you're going to say, because if I asked you the question, was it worth coming home? You got back on the radar, you got back into the provisional squad, and now you're on the precipice of heading to Brazil for World Cup. But obviously, professionally, it was worth it. But how hard was it maybe to how long of a discussion did you have to have with your wife to say, okay, we are going to take a pay cut. We're going to be back in the States, but we're not going to really be that close to home per se. But this is something that I feel like I need to do to get to this goal that I've worked for. How hard of it was a decision for you and your wife and your family to come to?
Well, I think, you take everything as it comes and you think about it and, we pray about it and, we ultimately come to what we feel is the correct decision. And, we're all in this together. It's not something, if I have to convince my wife of something, then, we're probably better off not doing it. We need to be, in mutual agreement on, all the decisions that we make, especially when we're talking about uprooting our family and, moving across the world. And, we both really enjoyed our time in Scandinavia. It was, it's an amazing part of the world, great countries, great people there. And, look, I can't say enough about my time. We really did love it, but we felt as though, this was a great opportunity to be able to come home. And, home is in America. And we're, my wife's family's from Seattle, so we're on that coast. It's a drivable distance. We did that last year. And, we're able to see a lot more people now than we were when we were overseas. It's not as cost prohibitive to have people come visit us. Her family can drive down. And so, even though we're not necessarily in the same city, we still get plenty of visitors. We're more in touch with people. You're on the same, you're in the same time zone. So, all those things have been, very positive for us. And again, it's nice to be able to be in California with some excellent weather, stuff that, we only got, here and there throughout our time in Scandinavia.
I wanted to ask you about growing up. You were at a weird age as far as MLS is concerned, in that it hasn't been there since you were born, but it was there as you were kind of forming into a soccer player. And also, you're a perfect person to ask because you're just outside. You grew up just outside of D.C., so you had D.C. United here from a reasonably young age, but not the youngest age. So what did MLS mean to you in, say, 1996, 1997, as you were kind of embarking on your soccer journey?
Yeah, it was awesome for us in America at that time, being younger kids trying to, you're seeing a professional league that's finally coming into play. Before that, the most popular team in our area was the Richmond Kickers. And, that was still an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where I grew up. And, to have DC United there locally, that was awesome. I was at the first game there, and, they obviously had a really good team at that time, won the league. So it made it very exciting for the area, made it exciting for, me as a youth player to be able to have some guys that I had seen on the national team playing now right in front of me. And, it just kind of intensified my love, my passion for the game, and, wanting to, continue to move on to the next step, whatever that may be, whether it was, playing for the club in high school and then college, and ultimately, trying to become a professional. And, took each one of those things one step at a time, but it was a big deal to get this professional league, and one obviously that I've been on the plan now.
What were you mentioned the Richmond Kickers, but so before, let's say 94, which would put you at around 11 years old, what were you doing for your soccer fix? When little kids are looking at baseball players and wanting to be a baseball player, they turn on Major League Baseball. I remember for me growing up, it was going to indoor soccer games, which isn't anywhere near what it's like on the outdoor game. What was it like growing up for you? And what were you looking towards as, I play soccer, blank plays soccer?
Yeah. Well, we had the Baltimore
the Blast.
And the Washington Warthogs for a little while, and you had the Dante Washington at the time, scoring goals, and so we got to see those people play. Remember, we had the U.S. Cup, and I think it was '93, where Germany was playing and U.S. was playing, and some really elite tournaments that came to RFK. Really hosted a lot of events there. I think we saw Ajax play one time. I think it was against the U.S. national team even. So, we were able to still see games.
Yeah.
And credit my parents to taking each of those games. As far as TV is concerned, they did show, English matches, but that really didn't evolve until a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, it was kind of around the time when the best class ever at United, Man United, came through with Beckham and Scholes and Giggs and Mickey Butt and all of them. And they were on TV, so, definitely got involved with that and enjoyed watching those games. But really, in the early days, it was more about going to see live soccer, whether it was the professional ones I just spoke of, or going to see the kickers, or even just seeing high school games. And when you're that young, when you see even high school, those people look like giants.
Talk to me about Love.Football. I know this is something that's very near and dear to your heart, and as we gear up, you're going to be on a very big stage to promote this project that you've got going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for asking. I'm proud to support Love.Football. And their mission is to give kids in underserved communities a safe place to play. And up till now, they've been involved in establishing soccer fields in both Guatemala and Brazil, and they'll be moving into the U.S. As soon as the World Cup's over later on this year. And we just believe that every kid has a right to play soccer, and just trying to build and maintain simple soccer fields that give kids a safe place to play. And I just got involved in this, and I really want to just encourage everybody to look at it for themselves. Not just listen to what I have to say, but go to Love.Football or lovefootball.org, and check it out and see how you can get involved. And not everyone has the same opportunity that maybe I did when I grew up. And especially when you look at now the World Cup's going to be in Brazil this summer, and this is going to be the biggest World Cup. And Love.Football, they're working in disadvantaged neighborhoods throughout Brazil, where boys and girls, they're playing barefoot, in garbage and air sewers, and they're at risk from traffic and crime and all sorts. And so far, they've built 16 soccer fields across Latin America, and served more than 8,000 kids, and giving them a safe place to play and helping them fulfill a dream of just being able to play soccer. This is the world's game. And, I think everyone that's listening to this right now has a passion for soccer. That's why they're listening to this right now. And just want to encourage everybody to look at it themselves and see, if it's something that they would like to be involved in. And another thing is there's also opportunity to go to the World Cup this summer. They're going to be giving away a trip to go see U.S. play in Brazil, round trip, all inclusive of tickets, and anyone can log in and sign up and try to win that. And all they got to do is go to prizeo.com/lovefootball and sign up. And while you're there, just take a look and see if it's something you want to get involved in.
So that's the website to get registered to win the trip to Brazil for the World Cup. And more importantly, I would say lovefootball.org is the website to go to find out how you can get more involved. This is perfect because we had Dan Gargan on last week, and he and I were talking about playing on the streets in Philadelphia and how good way to get kids to play soccer on the streets or even on their own fields if we can get fields for them. And this is a perfect continuation of that. So lovefootball.org is the place to go. And thanks for giving us the heads up on that, Clarence. And before I let you go, I got to ask you one last question. Without prying too deep into your private life, would you go Clarence the Fifth? Because I noticed you are a fourth.
I'm the fourth. We'll see what happens. We have a little girl who I'm sure people have seen before and had her on the field during the World Cup final. But it's up to God. If he blesses us with a little boy, then
you'll go 5.
I think there's a good chance we'll go 5.
Now, is there you'll go 5 because you want to go 5, or will you go 5 because of the maybe there's some family pressure to go 5?
No, not at all. Not at all. There's every man has to make his own decision.
True.
And I think my family's been very supportive throughout my life, and they'll support whatever decision I would make, especially when it comes to the 5th.
Well, Clarence Goodson, good luck to you as you start the next step in your quest to make it to Brazil for the U.S. men's national team in the World Cup. And thanks for giving us some time today, my friend. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Pitch Pass.
This is your voice. This is my red, white, and blue. This is my anthem to you.
For more show information, go to pitchpass.com.